Alright everybody, this is your regular season finale in Season 2 for the Truck Series. And a lot of drivers need to get to this place in order to lock themselves in the show. But before we get to the nitty-gritty of today, we need to find out who's going to qualify for this bad boy. On the left side here, we got your qualifying drivers for this fine afternoon. Ivan Wright seems to be leading the charts. I got a couple of big names down here. You can see the 33 is back in the qualifying race. This is the second qualifying race for the 33, and we've had some silly season changes earlier on this week. George Gallagher is going to find himself in this seat for this race on an interim basis, so we'll see what happens with the former seat of Noah Cole. It'll be interesting to see how that works. The other major silly season change, at least for the qualifying race aspect, was the 31 truck of George Gallagher, who for the Winter Air Motorsports team. So George has moved from the 31 to the 33 for now. The 31 team is not at Daytona. They did not have the funding from Winter Air Motorsports to come to High Banks here. So there is only 11 trucks in the qualifying race once again. Also, this kind of, with the 33 getting bumped into the qualifying race, that means the 84 of Donovan is now guaranteed in the show for today. So we got some big changes happening. But anyway, let's get on to qualifying. We'll find out who's going to be going for our second playoff run in the Truck Series. Skip the practice. Let's get into qualifying.
Drivers, to your cars.
All right, Ramirez and Jacobs, 1-2. These guys are always pretty good on super speedways. My problem is there's just never enough super speedways on the calendar for them to actually shine. So nice to see those two up there. But qualifying really doesn't mean too much, at least in this game. You can see Lewis Peterson nearly 9/10 or over 9/10 slower than the pole time here. We got Love Jr. third, Hubbard fourth, Yoho fifth, Gallagher doing a decent job there in sixth. See what happens with the rest of these drivers. That 8 truck was given some sponsors to choose from, but team owner Casey Weber elected not to pick one just yet. Not sure why, but see. Everyone's kind of busy, I guess, with real life stuff. We'll carry on anyway. Aha! I'm getting better at the speed at which I need to simulate with a shorter field. Anyway, so on your right-hand side, you can kind of see the playoff picture here. We got 6 different winners this season, so that's pretty good. Half the field is locked in from a win. Brody Walker's the only one really outside of the top 12 that's really qualified for the playoffs. So it's not too jumbled up. Xfinity's another story, but we'll get onto that later this afternoon. We got pretty much Lily Holmes is locked in, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So we got 7 drivers locked in, looking for 5 playoff spots. And it's all very close. Julia Powell, kind of an outsider. Callum Johnson, Charles Baker. I'd even say Francisco and Andrew McAvoy are kind of tough. It's going to be tough for them to point their way in. Realistically, Jack Foster, Schwartz, all kind of have a chance. We'll find out more after these 10 laps in the qualifying race. This is just pretty much for cash for these guys, just to make the field. And we'll move on right after this, and we'll get on to the good stuff. I hope you're on a riding mower, Matt, watching this race. Just careful, watch those toes. Chop anything off. So we do have a few more silly season updates. Zach Shaw was also released from Hughes Motorsports. It was his second year with the team, so it means nearly a full turnover, with the exception of Keith Hughes on that team since the start of his 3-truck team there. And Zach has already found another ride, as has Noah Cole. So Noah Cole actually replaced Shaw in that 83 truck. So he'll be staying with Ford. Zach Shaw was released from Hughes, as we mentioned, and he is now in the Xfinity ride for Blue Dog. So that'll be interesting. That's a new team formed for Daytona here. It's all happening very early. Of course, the cutoff would be after this race, before the first playoff race, to make your final silly season changes. So if I just realized the playoff standings were up there. We don't really need the playoff standings, I guess, for this race. Well, I'll just take that off, and you guys can focus on the action on the track. Of course, like always, we'll just kind of stay around the transfer, or the cutoff position, which right now is held by Hubbard. Yeah, so last call, if you will, for silly season, for at least season 2 until it's over, will be after the next race, and that's really just to prevent kind of any cherry picking just before the season's over. So if you have a, say if you're Matitude and you have a lot of points in trucks and a decent amount in Xfinity, you can't just pick what you want before the end of the season, and then come draft time you don't really need anything. So that's kind of why I did that. There's a few other things I want to change as well when it comes to moving drivers around and stuff, so I'll announce that shortly. But thanks to all the players for kind of coming up with loopholes. It's very traditional of motorsports. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. I'm not saying there's anyone cheating here. I'm just saying the loopholes are there. I don't have my own legal team, so I can't think of every possible scenario, but I appreciate you guys for trying. Very tight racing as always here at Daytona. 10 laps for the qualifying race. Shouldn't be any pit stops in this bad boy, but come race time, if memory serves correctly, it should be a 2-stopper. That's just because these guys aren't running with restrictor plates. The Xfinity Series will only see 1 stop, I believe, so it's kind of backwards for this version of Daytona. Let's see who holds that final spot now. Looks like the 96 of Love Jr. is holding it. No, sorry, that would be the 8 of Yoho. Chris Green led a lap. Got Dreyer right there. Up front, he's looking to crack the field once again. Kind of falling a little bit back in the standings. I'm sure Team Hunter will. Monitoring that situation closely. Next season, at least. Lap 6 now of 10. These qualifying races always go by so quickly. Now Ramirez now on the bubble. Oh, sorry. We Love Jr. My mistake. Be Ramirez by the end of this turn. Now it is. It's always pretty much just a lottery here. So this is kind of what the smaller teams look at to make their way in, and it's very it's kind of like how real life is, you know. See a lot of smaller teams try more to make the field on these super speedways because they know they have a better chance. The equipment isn't, the gap isn't as large, and pretty much it's just pack racing. It's all right place at the right time. More in this game, obviously, than real life, but you can see like some of the smaller teams up here well within their shot of making this field. You kind of see it. It's very side-by-side racing right now. That high line isn't going as far back as I thought they would. Banks holding it on the low or the high line can help. It's about 50-50 now with cars high and low. Pirate in the field. The transfer spot is pretty much even between Yoho and Love Jr. Coming to lap 9. It just looks like that Highline loses time coming off of 4, but they gain it all back on the straightaway. It's quite interesting to see. I'm gonna try and get maybe a helicopter shot. Yeah, this works. Kind of see the momentum change. Ooh, it looks like Hubbard is going to take Yoho 3 wide. That's not what he wants to see. Oh, he's going to power over on the high line. You can see that high line, how fast it goes on the straightaway, but then they just gain it all back right here. Ooh. Gallagher looking to fight his way in. He hasn't made a race in quite some time now. Gonna be exciting. Final lap now. White flag is in the air for this qualifying race at Daytona. And the top 2 rows kind of have everything locked up. So nobody can make a pass, nobody can get around. Working perfectly for Alex Dreyer, who I believe missed the last race. Maybe the last 2 races. He's kind of been on a downward swing. He'll be looking to get his momentum back, get his groove back. Start the night off right. Daniel Banks. That high line still staying with him. Coming to the line now. Looks like Banks might get it. Gonna be close. 92 got it. Daniel Banks in the show. Alex Dreyer finishing 2nd. We got Jacobs in 3rd. Ramirez 4th. And your final transfer spot by 3 300ths is Yoho over Love Jr. That's extremely close. Very hard fought battle by these, I would say at least top 8. It was neck and neck most of the race. You could 1,000th of a second. Wow. I didn't think it was that close. It didn't look that close from my view, but sorry, I'm just writing down our transfer drivers, and I will go back and watch that because that was actually a lot closer. I know you guys probably don't really care about this, but see a finish go down to 1/1000th of a second isn't something you see every day. I think maybe this might be our best chance. Wow, that's unbelievable. You can't even tell the difference. His bumper is like a millimeter ahead of the 20s. That's crazy. Good race. I hope our main event is like this. Maybe even closer. Maybe we can have a tie. But anyway, I'm going to reset everything, get our 5 transfer drivers in the show, and we will be back in 2 minutes or less. We are back for the main event after an incredible qualifying race. I did make a mistake. I apologize, Jess. You did, in fact, release Banks. Was I saying Banks? Sorry, that's just that's a habit. But we got Chris Green in the show after edging, and I mean just the narrowest of margins, edging out Alex Dreyer in that 20 truck. Jacobs, Ramirez, and Yoho also qualifying for the show. This is going to be a fun event. I'm going to throw up that playoff ticker. You guys can all take a quick look at it before we get going. Yeah, it's I can't wait to see how this one transpires. I think for anyone lower than 15th right now, they're going to need a miracle or a win to get in. But I'd say 14th, Jack Foster and Catalina Schwartz, they could easily point their way in with some misfortune from Makarov or Cohen. But we'll see what happens. Let's get to qualifying here. We'll see how everything works out. Oh, I believe qualifying is a surprise. We got Callum Johnson on the pole. We got Baker outside, so 2 Matitude cars rocking the front row. We have seen this before this season, so I'm not too surprised. We got Noah Cole in his first appearance in that 83 truck, 3rd place. And another lockout row for Hughes, that 2nd row there. Team owner very pleased that his new driver out-qualified him. Ben Gordon 5th, Lily Holmes, so all 3 Matitude cars in the top 6 and all 3 Hughes Motorsports cars in the top 7. So it's clear to see who the top teams are in this series. They have definitely invested the most amount of money, an insane amount of money so far this season with their aero and engine upgrades. That's unbelievable. It's going to be a very close battle. And yeah, we got Hughes and Baker battling for top spot in the regular season. That's 10 extra bonus playoff points. So a lot on the line here. I'm gonna have fun watching this one. You guys can keep track of the points probably better than I can. But gonna be a wicked finish, I can already tell. I just hope you can see a little bit of carnage, maybe some drama. Exciting to watch. 40 laps here. Like I said in the qualifying race, it's going to be about 15 laps, give or take, on a fuel run. Maybe give or take a couple laps there. I can't remember what we were doing at the start of the season here with that, but I want to say it's a two-stopper. Xfinity race will be a one-stopper, so it's backwards. That's just because they have plates on their cars, so we're running the very old NASCAR package. Victor plates and whatnot. I'm gonna go through the field. We have a new paint here, actually. 88. Rocking his new sponsor, Lucas Montoya, looking sharp. Got Craftsman on board. Of course, this used to be the Craftsman Truck Series, so I still make that mistake and call it that sometimes. So I think it's cool that they got Craftsman on board and sharp looking truck. Let's see what we got here. Johnson taking the early lead as expected. See how teammate Lily Holmes gets on the outside there, but she's got no help. We got Noah Cole looking on the inside. He wants to impress the boss early. The 3 truck has some new flavors on that ride there. You can see the, I guess, trademark Hustlers Racing green on there that he brought with him. Kind of a little bit of a kick in the face to his former team owner Dave Grubb, who is synonymous with those colors. I like that touch. We got a slow truck down low. It's Shetner. Not sure what happened, but it looks like he was coming off pit road now. He'll be a lap down early. Not what that 43 team needs to see. They don't have a win, so 33 points above the cut line. They're going to need to really kind of pray that other teams have some misfortune. It's going to be very close now for that guy. I don't want to be in his shoes. And the 7 of McAvoy already out with an engine issue. That's 2 trucks with issues in the first couple laps. You can see the 42 here of Virginia Brock, another former driver for Hughes. It's got a special paint for today. You kind of see that pink. It's a little bit difficult to see, but I took a very good look at it this morning, and it's quite funny. See if we can get a better look at it here. Can't read it. It says OnlyFans. So Virginia Brock signing a sponsor on her own, bringing OnlyFans on board. Tractor Supply Co. on the front of that, but I think the pink looks nice on her. Oh boy. Now you can really see it. There it is. Good work by Tristan. I wouldn't expect anything less from that team. They are a crazy bunch. Leah Powell, one of the drivers fighting for the playoffs. Vince Curtis also, Guillermo Alvarez also trying to point his way in or seal the deal with a win today. Had a very consistent season so far. I really think he'll be a factor in the playoffs if his consistency continues. You always find this guy in the top 10. But looks like an attitude or 1-2 with Hughes trying to take 3-4 cleanly now. We got Ramirez on the low side, and ooh, the 13 truck. Where did he come from? He's very slow and off pace. Woodward struggling here. Not sure where he came from, but he just stacked the whole pack up. Getting bumped up to the outside. Woodward should be a lap down now. Look at the lead Baker has on the field. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because once the field catches these guys, might be trouble for Baker, and it looks like her teammate Johnson is going to go for the lead with Hughes right behind him. This points battle is close, but Johnson needs a win to clinch his way. And Noah Cole kind of shoving team owner Keith Hughes out of the line. Not sure how Keith will like that one, considering he's going for a top playoff spot. And now Cole to the lead. Well, this is way more exciting than our qualifying race earlier. There's a lot more shuffling going around. Cole right there, and looks like Ben Gordon wants to lead some laps now. A little bit of a Jarvie Motorsports train behind him. We got Ramirez there, and see Jacobs just a few trucks back. Some great racing happening right now in the early laps. Lap 8 of 40. This pack is bunched up at the front and kind of strung out at the back. Like a couple trucks have lost the draft behind this pack now. You can kind of see 77 of Irvin Vargas and the 43 of Shetner kind of falling in their own little pack at the back, so they're going to need a caution to catch up. Ben Gordon will lead this one. But there is a very powerful train on that outside. You have probably 4 of the 6 fastest trucks on the outside lane right now. Those are the Hughes and Manitou trucks. We'll see how far or how well they do on the outside, if it was anything like the qualifying races we saw earlier where the outside lane did not give up. I know, I believe Matitude also has their aero maxed out. Could be engine. I'm not sure, Matt, can you confirm that? But I know for sure the aero department at Hughes is maxed. So they are the slipperiest trucks out there right now, least amount of drag, and that's a very large portion of how to be successful around Daytona. Like Jarvie Motorsports is training on the bottom. Got another Hughes Motorsports behind them, so it's all helpful for that low line. Got Virginia Brock making some moves back here. Being pushed by Jack Foster in that gold colored truck. Okay, but the aero is, so we got 2 maxed Arrows trucks, and the engines on these 2 teams are unbelievable. Looks like Cole got that one. Just barely, though. Looks like that high line is starting to get a little bit of momentum now. And this is close racing. I see some of the stragglers falling back. They're 2x2 now, lap 11, and we should have some pit stops happening shortly. Ben Gordon, like he might get that last one. Nope. Looks like Cole still got him on the outside, just edged him over a little bit. Haven't seen too much of Ben Gordon lately. He's struggled. He's definitely, if he didn't have his charter, he'd be in the qualifying races too. That's all of Jarvie Motorsports Wood is below the 35 marker in points. It's been a rough season for us, but I don't know what it is. Ramirez, I know, is good at super speedways, or Jacobs. One of the two has it's their best attribute. So it's not too surprising to see them usually up front. But Ben Gordon just has not panned out the way I thought he would. Taco Bell, KFC, Pizza Hut, Habit, Burger, Chevy. Too many brands. I'm sure Rackley Roofing is very happy with Hughes' decision to part ways with Shaw, because yes, Shaw had his moments last season. He even won a race. I think he won Daytona to get his way in and force Alex Jarvie out of the playoffs in the final race, or something along those lines. But ever since that win, I mean, he wasn't expected to go too deep in the playoffs, and that's understandable, but it was a tough go since that win. I think he was around 25th in points before being released, so I mean, he's not a bad driver, but I think Keith is just looking for that extra something special from his drivers, and understandably he was disappointed. Lap 14. On lap 15 now. We'll see if my predictions are correct with the fuel. As Ramirez looks low on his teammate. Kind of go a little bit through the field here. Bring up the playoff standings one more time. See how everyone's kind of faring. You can do your own mental math there. Way too many people to keep track of right now. So it's there for you guys to look at. I'll pop it up periodically. I think we're gonna go one more. See how these how the trucks come down pit road. There's so much time lost if you pit with everyone else, but if you don't pit with everyone else, you could lose the draft by just going a lot slower. So we'll see which strategy works out best. For me, I like pitting by myself. It just less pressure, less traffic. But if you can pit with maybe 5 other people or so, and just run a nice long train with those guys, we'll be in good shape. But you don't want to come down pit road with 40 other trucks. That'll kill you if you're near the back of the line. Now some of these other guys are doing. Jennifer Johnson with a win this season, so she's locked in. No stress on her plate tonight. Looks like this field is shrunk a little bit. Ooh, and the 93 is in the wall. Looks like he got away without losing too many spots. That was kind of close. Looked like there's any damage on the 93, so got away with one there. Now we're starting to see these guys scramble. Looks like the low line's kind of shuffling up a little bit. It's like they're trying to break up that line on the outside as they approach some lap trucks. How's that gonna work with these guys? 43 and 77 side by side. Surely they're gonna slow up the whole pack here. Lap 18, and we're gonna have pit stops This is the perfect time to pit right now, because now these guys are going to lose all of their momentum. Oh, this is a huge loss for these guys that stayed out, at least up to Adrian Wright here. Oh, that's painful. Let's go to the pit stops, see what's happening there. Oh yeah, great camera angles. Ah, I forgot this is the track with terrible camera angles. Some damage on the 61 there. Probably why we haven't seen McRae up front too much. See everyone kind of getting off pit road. Try not to hit anything. And Keith Hughes is still on pit road. Battle for the points championship, regular season, and playoff points on the line. And that's a terrible stop for the 82. Oh, Keith is going to need a caution. Catch back up. As we have that second round of pit stops now happening, led by Daniela Baker. And she's won the last 3 plate races, I believe. Oh, this team is the one to watch. 2 tires and fuel is the way to go, it seems, for most of these drivers. They pit on lap 20. Now that's very interesting. We'll see if the other pack can potentially go 21 laps without pitting. As you can see, Ramirez beating off Baker on pit road, but just by the smallest of margins. Here comes the first pack. See if the momentum is going to be strong enough for them to pass them. Looks like Callum is going to do the power move on the outside, and he's going to take over first. Looks like the strategy worked, but at what cost now? Can these trucks go 21 laps on fuel? I don't know. We will see. Makarov doing what he needs to do right now and just stay in line. And it looks like another terrible stop by that 83 truck. Either that or they just didn't have the draft with them. 84 is well on their way. This is going to spread everything out quite a bit. Makarov gets goes for the pass on the inside. Got Alex Dreyer raced his way in, just getting bogged down by Shetner. It's going to be a Makarov and Baker show, it would appear, until these guys can clear. Or sorry, Makarov and Johnson. They're going to stall each other out by running side by side, so it's like it's who's last in this pack? We got Ramirez. Right. I guess the 20 is a lap down. Is the 20 a lap down? Where's the 20? Oh no, the 20's there. Okay, so it's about a 7-car pack with everyone else trying to play catch up now. Shetner just doing his best blocker. I don't know what the aggression's for there, Shetner, but maybe let these guys race. You, for some reason, are well off pace tonight. At 23 of 40. Donovan barely holding on to the lead pack. Should be able to string everyone else along here in the second pack up to Francisco Guerrero. You see Montoya, who's climbing the field, did a hell of a pit stop, it would appear, and he's now battling for a potential top 10 finish today. Jess Hanna looks like he might just be a little bit too far back to be in the draft of this second pack. I think he'll lose them, which would put him 15th This third pack is about 7 seconds behind our leader, led by two very strong trucks here of Holmes and Cole. Cole appeared to have a very slow stop, as did Keith Hughes. So that might take the pressure off Baker for the regular season championship. Where did Hughes slot down? He was near the 89. Hughes is shown in 27, so... Oh, he's in this pack here. I didn't see him there. And there's Tanner Woodward, who is off pace. I'm not sure if these guys were in accidents or what, but I didn't catch anything, and they just seem to be dreadfully off pace. 13 and 43. Christian Grace kind of losing the pack. He's 33rd, so that doesn't bode well for his playoff chances. Truck that was in the Final Four last season. Not looking like they're going to make the show this one. All I can say to you, Tristan, is join the club. Going back to my three-truck team last season, and now this one, I'm 0-6. So, yeah. Going back to the front runners now. See Casey Weber about to go a lap down. 27 of Ferguson. These bad pit stops can cost you large on this track. The 61 had to fix some damage. Shown 34th, about to lose a lap as well once they get around these guys. I don't think there's anything wrong with the 27 or 3, so they might be able to stay in this pack, and if they're lucky, just lucky, they might be able to get it back if there's a yellow. As Ramirez goes low on Johnson, and looks like he's going to have the help of Donovan and Wright. No help for Johnson on the high side. Looks like Wright's going to switch lanes. Shetner might actually be up to pace now. Seem to be losing too much. Be a nuisance for the other lead cars, as another Shetner Customs truck is now in the mix for getting his lap back. McRae here failed to impress me this season. Last season he definitely got a message across when he needed to, and you know, rebounded with a nice second place finish at Coda. Able to keep his seat, decided not to go back to drag racing, and I don't know, just not having a great season so far. Shetner's got some fans in the stands. That's screaming his name. The two GMS trucks, notice the tail on the high side, just sinking Johnson's hopes right now of a decent finish if you can't get that back. It's like that second pack isn't gaining too much, but it's led by rookie sensation Lucas Montoya, who's now replaced by Jack Foster. There's the third GMS truck, who's actually fighting for a decent finish today, Julia Powell. Oh, you're not a fan? I thought you were saying Shatner. No, wasn't that? How's the lawn situation going, Matt? Nearly finished? Who's leading this thing now? We got Ben Gordon up front. Makarov on his high side with Johnson already gaining back all those positions lost. Fighting for second on the inside row. Front yard is complete. Excellent. Get your ass to the backyard now. Johnson going back for the lead. Gonna push Gordon to the high side. Love to see those two synonymous numbers with NASCAR, 24 and 48, back up front. Mind you, the Truck Series, maybe one day we'll see those two drivers in the Cup Series fighting for championships. Boy, would that be nice to see. Let's see Shetner now. 33 and 61 are laps down. 27. That pale green car as well, also a lap down. But Donovan, and that I guess it would be more teal. Ford there is on the lead lap. Trying to get back to second. Over right. As they put Irvin Vargas a lap down now. This will be 2 laps down for Irvin. I'm not sure. He just had difficulties all day. Matt Mass talking about Callum going all the way to Cup next season as a youth driver. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Competition will be tight. It'll be hard, he said. We got Donovan now in the lead. I think Donovan is one of those drivers that likely needs to win. Hughes Motorsports did this last season. Not even shown in the top 20, so not sure exactly where he's at in the points, but should be easily in the top 35. Maybe not easily, but yeah, I'm gonna check that right now because it's starting to get down to crunch time. On lap 34, we're about to find out if the trucks at pit on lap 19 can in fact go 21 laps. Not gonna be easy. Like Donovan is shown in 30 seconds, so that should be enough for him to qualify. That is what you call a wild card, ladies and gentlemen. That would definitely knock out a deserving driver of the playoffs, but it's the rules of the game. Got Juan Ramirez there, another driver who I can for sure tell you is outside the top 35. Actually, I'm checking right now, he is 35th, so there's wild card number 2. And then you got not so wild card Baker right there, points leader, likely regular season champion, barring any misfortunes. We'll see. But we got the top 5 all kind of shown in the picture here. The 20th place, or the 20 truck, Alex Dreyer really impressing today. Had to race his way in, as did the 9 truck. Donovan could have missed this race if it wasn't for the silly season changes. He would have been eligible for the race, qualifying race today. So you can thank Hustler Racing for that fortune. Got Callum Johnson and Baker trying to tag team again, and there's Woodward way off the pace. And these lap trucks are causing chaos right now. Near the finish, it's not what we want to see. But that 13 is... Ooh, and Johnson is on pit road. I guess that answers our question of if they can make it or not. But that's quite early. Lap 36. I wasn't expecting them to come that early. He is the only one on pit road. Oh no. Chalk this down to just an awful season for Johnson. He has had probably the worst luck I've seen from any truck this season. The results do not show where he is in points. He would easily be in the top 10 in points. Looks like the 85 and 24 coming on pit road on lap 37. The 9 truck and the other ones are laps down. So, I mean, with 3 laps to go, I'm starting to think maybe nobody can make it on fuel. I might have been right with my predictions. This is a 2-stopper for these trucks. Got a couple other... quite a few trucks on pit road. We'll see how this fares for all these guys. We'll keep an eye on the lead pack, if I can. Scroll all the way down there. There's Johnson. Shouldn't lose too much time since everyone pit the lap after. We'll see how that works out for him. As Baker now comes down pit road with Dreyer and Wright. And that leaves Donovan up in the top spot with 2 to go. So the 5 team needing a great pit stop here to seal her regular season championship up. And just a side note, Christian, I'm digging this font on the 42. I don't know if it was the same before, but I really like it. Dreyer underway. Keith Hughes just making it to his pit stop, but Baker should have already been released, and she has. And where is your leader? There he is. Looks like he's gonna stay out. He's gonna try and make it. Donovan is gonna go for it all. And why not? He is, you know, way down in points. Might as well seal the season off with either a win or, you know, bust. Rest of these guys are laps down. Got the 99 here of Billy Sharp. Gonna keep an eye on that speed. Doesn't look like they're losing too much time. And you got Noah Cole. Also could use a win to get in. Gonna keep an eye on the speed. He is still maintaining speed, 185 miles an hour. He should be able to coast to a victory from this point. Looks like it's going to be Jason Donovan, the rookie, who is going to seal his first win and lock himself in the playoffs. Unbelievable finish. Wow. I didn't think they would have saved that much fuel. Unbelievable for... oh, and Yoho blowing an engine late. Looks like the 83. So Hughes gets 1-2 finishes. Billy Sharp with an excellent 3rd place. And you got the 25th or 25 truck cross the line yet. I'm not sure. All kind of confusing. I think this might be your battle for 3rd right here. So Johnson, or sorry, not 3rd, 5th. So Johnson gets a top 5. Gordon 6th. Dreyer getting a 7th place finish. That's excellent for his top 35 hopes. Wow, the drama. Chris Green getting a nice nice finish as well there. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Ooh, that's gonna shake things up, eh? Keith Hughes, disappointing finish in 29th. Just Hannah, 30th. Christian Grace, likely eliminated now at this point. Lucas Montoya was on pace for an excellent run. Looks like he had to make a late race pit stop, finishing 24th. But looks like only 3 trucks were able to stay out and pit once. Everyone behind them had to make 2 stops, and that made the difference. Wow. So, I mean, not a disappointing day for Johnson, but He was easily one of the better trucks out there today and pretty much needed a win to get in. And just fell short of that goal by 5 places today. But there's your playoff standings. I'll let you guys all kind of ponder on what the mental math is, but you can pretty much put Donovan right there in 7th now and knock everyone below him a place lower. So Sean Cohen is on the bubble, finishing 28th. Adelina Schwartz finishing 27th. I don't think that's going to be enough for her. I'm not seeing Jack Foster on the screen. That's not going to be good. And there's Jack Foster, 31st. So those guys likely not making the show. Looks like Makarov might seal his fate right now with that top 11 finish. I think that's going to be enough. So I think the only change we're going to really see, actually Chris McRae was right there too, and he finished 34th, but I think because of the poor finishes from the drivers below him, that might actually help. I think Chris McRae might be the last driver in. We're going to find out right there. Shetner 2. Ooh, this is going to make it juicy. Who's going to make the playoffs? I'm sure you guys could all do the math, but you'll probably wait for me to announce it. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know, but that was exciting. We'll see if we have the same amount of luck in the Xfinity race. I know it won't be a fuel issue, but you know, there was a big wreck at Daytona at the Xfinity race last time we were here, so we'll look for some more drama in that sense, and we'll carry on into the playoffs. But that was it for the regular season, for the Trucks regular season. Congrats to Daniela Baker for clinching that championship there. She'll get herself an extra 10 playoff points to spend throughout the 2 rounds if she needs them. And I'll post the points after the Xfinity race. But coming up next is the Xfinity race at Daytona for the regular season finale there. And should take about 5 minutes or so for me to set everything up. So stick around if you guys want to watch that. We'll do that next. So thanks for watching this one. We'll see you in the playoffs.